Recording in progress.
We are welcoming everyone that has come to the third, I did say third, town hall meeting. We're super excited. So glad that you are here. We are waiting just a couple more moments and we'll get started. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know that we want to be cognizant of your time. My name is Dr. Charlotte Carter. I am the Bond Program Manager. Thank you so much for taking this time out of your day to be with us on our third Tucson Unified School District Town Hall. Our agenda tonight will be as follows. We're doing our introductions right now. We're going to have some virtual housekeeping. We're going to have a welcome from our own superintendent, Dr. Trio. We're going to go over the bond project investments, bond communications, and the question and answers and key dates. So for your questions, this is a webinar, so it's a little bit different than a normal Zoom call. You have access to the Q&A options. You can select anonymous, but if you prefer, you can just not do that selection. The chat option is not available. If you are having technical issues or difficulties or have questions, our technographer this evening is Mike Dunn. His phone number is 520-225-6255. That's 520-225-6255. This town hall is being recorded and will be available in the coming days. Now, we have an interactive portion of the town hall, and that's where we're using Menti. And so to use Menti, you would go to menti.com, that's menti.com, and enter 8668-9295, which is on the screen. It's 8668-9295, or you can scan the QR code. You do not have to wait until the end of the virtual town hall to ask questions. I have panelists that you see on the screen, and they can answer your question at any time during the town hall. So I'll give you a moment to type in the menti.com and enter the 8668-9295. And right now, I am getting ready to introduce our own Dr. Trio, where he's going to give us a welcome and just provide some information about the bond. Dr. Trio?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Carter, and thank you for all of us that are, all of you that are here for our third town hall forum on the progress here in the bond. As all of you know, 2023 was a pivotal year, a historic $480 million bond awarded to the Tucson Unified School District, approved by the voters, literally changing the landscape of the district as we speak. We have proudly spent over $54 million of that money in game-changing projects around the district, most notably 2 beautiful artificially turf fields over at Sabino and Pueblo, with money set aside to do all of our comprehensive high schools in the coming year. We have a variety of approved projects, everything from domestic water line replacement to the purchase of better upgraded safety vehicles. We've just completed a series of kitchen HVAC upgrades. So now, for the first time in a few years, our cafeteria teams across the campus have adequate cooling as they're preparing food for our students. We're very proud of the work that's gone on around the district with safety and security. As I'm sure a lot of you on this call have seen upgraded gating and fencing going up in schools across the district. We're proud of the security film installations that have gone on in schools across the district, making our schools significantly safer against the potential of outside intruders and vandalism. So we're very, very proud of the work that has gone on so far. We know that we've also got pavement, parking lots are going to be a big issue coming up. And of course, portable renovations and removals. And we've got some very, very exciting work with some ground up facilities going on at a few schools in the next couple of years. So we're very, very proud of the work that's gone on so far. And we're even prouder of the community support that we've enjoyed with these projects and with the approval of the bond. So thank you again for being here. Dr. Carter, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Trio. And we just echo all those things. It's so exciting, so exciting. So what we want to do now, there is an interactive piece of this bond town hall. So we're getting ready to do that. But I want to mention something. In the bond book, there are 5 major categories that we have. I just want to review that with you. We have repairs and upgrades to existing facilities, improvements to the classroom and learning spaces, health, security, and safety, access to updated educational technology, and then, of course, we have student transportation and support vehicles. So those are the major areas. So as we go through here, those are the emphasis that we have for the bond 2023. So we are now getting ready. Hopefully you went ahead and you scanned the QR code. If you haven't, we'll go ahead and get that on the screen. But we want to know who is in the audience. Okay, so if you go ahead, if you haven't, it looks like some of the people already have done so. You can either scan the QR code or just enter Menti 86689295. If we would go ahead and have you had the opportunity, if you would just go ahead and answer that question. And Kim, if we could put that QR code, I don't know if everyone saw that. Hopefully everyone is going to the screen so we can know who you are. You can type Menti, MENTI.com, and then you can enter in the code 86689295. Looks like I got someone else's TUSD staff. It's a TUSD staff and parent. Okay, well, let's go to the next screen. Looks like we have a lot of TUSD staff and parents. If you would go ahead and answer the next question on the screen. What specific schools are you interested in? What specific schools are you interested in? I'm getting some answers coming in now. Wakefield, Innovation Tech, Mansfield, Drakeman, Lineweaver. Give you a couple more seconds. And I know we all are interested in the district. I was just curious if there were certain schools in particular that people on this various call is interested in. THS, okay. Rincon. Well, let's go to the next slide. What projects are you most interested in? What projects are you most interested in? All Oh, safety, HVAC, technology, classrooms. So it looks like we have a variety of different projects. And the way Menti works, the items that are biggest have more than one answer. Okay. Well, thank you for that. That gives us a little bit more information. So let's now go to our next slide. And we're going to talk about some of the bond investments. And Dr. Trio already talked about some of these. I'm not going to go over every single project. And of course, I want to remind you, if you have questions and answers or questions and you want to answer, you can at any time go to the Q&A and type in your questions. And I have people here that's able to answer your questions. So you don't have to wait until the end. So artificial turf, we had two beautiful installations already with Pueblo High School and Sabino. We have cabin Cooper upgrades to their actual rooms in the cabin. That project is slated to be completed in the spring. We have CTE. We've given them upgrade in some of the automotive programs, simulators, and those kinds of things. That particular projects are already have occurred. Domestic water lines this summer. We did two. Well, two are complete, Catalina and Tucson High, and we are still working on some of the phasing for Sabino. That's a $6 million investment. We have the electric vehicles and bus infrastructure pilot that's going on. We already have 5 charging stations that are have been installed over at Transportation Yard. We have HVAC controls, and we also have the HVAC kitchens. I did want to mention that Davis, Robbins, and Blendman, we have those projects almost totally complete, and we're so excited for our staff to have a cool place to be able to fix the food for our students. We have had the interscholastic field lighting that's been completed at 5 schools: Sabino, Pueblo, Cholla, Rincon, and Tucson High. We have marquees. Next slide. That we are still working on. We are emphasizing the schools that currently don't have marquees. The schedule can be found on the bond website, and we'll talk about that later. We have permanent classroom construction and upgrade designs. We've actually just in September 18th, we had Tucson High with their first proposal. It still needs to be approved by the governing board, but we have some improvements with the rainwater and drainage. All of our school buses, the 2072 passenger and the special needs buses have already come in, and those have already been delivered. We had all of our school health office upgrades are complete, and those are the school. We have school parking and pavement at 4 of the various schools that's complete. All of the 24 school safety vehicles, a $1.4 million investment, have been received to help our school safety personnel. We are continuously working on the security fencing and gates. We will be having a schedule in the near future, but we have at least 8 of them already complete, and it's constantly our team is working on security fencing and gates. We'll have a video to show those particular ones. And then, of course, we're doing our Chromebook replacement, and that's going to be something we do every summer. And then we also have some of our facilities vehicles have already been delivered. So in all, we have over $48 million of bond projects. So it's so exciting that some of these things are already happening. The bond program has been around 16 months. And just to have this happening is very, very exciting to be able to provide for our schools and our families. So we have some videos. We feel like videos can really tell the story. And so we're going to do a series of videos for you so you can see what we've been doing in the bond office and the bond team. And now we will do some of the fencing projects, which security gates and fencing is a very high priority and security at large for the district and the bond. And now we will show you a couple of videos with this beautiful artificial turf installations.
So here we are at Pueblo, and I'm so excited to speak to Coach. Well, Coach, tell me, what's going on out here?
Well, the installation of this new turf field. We're very, very excited here at Warrior Nation, Warrior Block. It's being installed this week, so we're super excited for it to be finalized, and can't wait to get on it and play.
So why is this important to you, or why are you passionate about it?
I'm passionate about it because it's first and foremost the safety of our students, student athletes. We've had a number of injuries over the years with injuries on this field and practice field, so just giving our guys an opportunity to play on a safe surface.
So what is it going to be like on your first game?
Oh, I think it's going to be electric. You know, I think it's going to be, we have a new scoreboard coming in as well. So we're excited for the atmosphere, the community to come together. You know, we'll have a uniform that we're going to debut that night as well. So we're just ready for a very, very positive Southside community night.
Yeah, so I'm excited, man. It's great to see the amount of reduced injuries, because our field last year was that we had maybe 3 guys go down. And you know, the turf field is a staple for the Southside community that we can have nice facilities too.
Yeah, I will say, just as he said, we did have a lot of guys go down, myself included. I did have a knee injury, so definitely with the addition of this new turf, hopefully it will reduce those injuries. You know, the best ability is availability. You know, let's look at it, it's beautiful. The turf, along with the new LED lights, I'm pretty sure it'll be a new enjoyable experience for all of our supporters that come to our games.
And we love supporting this here at the Bond. And as I always say, progress is promised. Your bond dollars at work.
And now we have the Sabino artificial turf installation.
I gotta maneuver. Let's go! Wanted the pressure, I never complain. Shake it off and get back in the game. Pay the cost, now you making your name. You can maneuver, move around. Now they ready for war, they ready for change. Head down, gotta stay in your lane. Keep calm when the energy change. On a dime, gotta stop, maneuver, yeah. I gotta maneuver. Are we giving it all or nothing? See, the people are ready for something. Get the vision, I'm doing it justice. I gotta maneuver.
And those are just a glimpse of some of the projects we did. We did 85 projects this summer. So that's just a glimpse. In total, we've done over 285 projects since the bond we started back in June of last year. So I wanted to just show you some of the faces of glimpses of the people doing the work. It takes surely a village for us to be able to do all these projects, whether it's TUSD PMs, whether it's the contractors, it's also regional superintendents, it's the principals. We're working as a team. We're working as a unit to get these projects done. Next slide. And it does take us all to do that. This year with the domestic water line, we moved three schools where we moved them off campus for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, and moved them back. So we are really starting to gel as a team to be able to do these projects with quality. And so we're super proud of that. And those are some of the faces of the people that have helped with doing some of these projects. We have one more video that we want to show with Kevin from Sabino.
Hi, this is Kevin Amadon, the proud principal of Sabino High School. I just want to thank the voters again for passing the bond. We've had some wonderful things come our way from the bond committee. Thank you for approving our field lights. This is going to be something that not only benefits our students, but also benefits the surrounding area and the community of TUSD and Sabino High School. We really appreciate everything you're doing for our students, our student body, our families, and our community. Thank you.
And we are so thankful because none of this is possible without you, the voters, the people that have made sure that TUSD has what they need by passing a $480 million bond. And we want to be able to communicate with you. So I'm going to give you just a couple examples of ways that you can communicate with us. Well, we do have the bond website and dashboard. So if you go to bond2023.tusd1.org, you can go there. You can see a list of current projects, active projects, a map of the projects, a photo and video gallery, and much, much more. Another thing that you can do, next slide, is you can communicate with us with our newsletter. And if for some reason you have not received the newsletter, let us know and we will make sure that you are a part of it. We do have an email, which is Bond Office, that will also help you in being able, Bond Office at TUSD.org, where you can send if you're not getting the newsletter. We also have a Facebook page, and that's TUSD Bond 2023. That's TUSD Bond 2023. Like, follow, and share. Like, follow, and share. We just instituted that back in May. We have 151 followers, and you could be the next one. We also, within the last month, implemented the Bond Instagram. So we're trying to make sure you, as the voters and staff and parents, are able to connect with what the bond is doing. So we're right at 30 minutes into it. We have at least 10 to 15 minutes of questions if you would like to ask questions. I want to remind you, you must enter your questions in the Q&A section of Zoom. It has Q&A. And the chat's not going to be available. Your questions will be answered directly or by a panelist. And we just would ask that you be kind and respectful. So at this point, we will have questions and answers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this question. It's anonymous attendee. We can go ahead and take the question and answer off the screen and so we can see. So the question is, how do the projects focused on by the bond differ from what is used by maintenance and operations budget? So Kim, if you can stop sharing and we can go through the questions. Thank you. That's a great question. And I'll answer this question, and maybe Ricky or Huve, if you want to answer the question as well. So the bond, we have very specific types of projects that we can work on. We cannot do repairs. We can't do salaries. So the maintenance and operations budget is focused on a different type of projects. So I'm going to also ask if Ricky or Greg wants to also delineate between the two.
Yeah, I'll add to that, Dr. Carter. So the maintenance and operations budget really focuses on the ongoing maintenance of the district, as Dr. C mentioned, whereas the bond is focused on major infrastructure projects that, some of what she's already presented, a lot of the safety and security, our HVAC. Maintenance is something that the bond cannot do. The general preventative maintenance of the district is something that the district is still responsible for doing. We don't use our maintenance and operations budget. We use our general capital funds and funding we get provided by the school facilities board. So just kind of be aware of that. Our maintenance and operations is really our general operating budget for the district.
Okay, other questions? Feel free to ask other questions. And like Ricky has said, the the main projects that we're working on right now are safety and security. We're working on HVAC, which is a big issue, especially here in Arizona. And then we're doing the replacement of portables with permanent structures. Damon, while we're waiting for a couple of more questions, would you like to talk about any of the important projects that we're working on at the moment?
Sure, most definitely. So currently we are um, going to the governing board after the bond oversight committee approved the recent HVAC projects. There's 14 that are going for approval to the governing board that we'd like to get started in construction as soon as possible, hopefully by the end of October. In addition, as mentioned earlier, the Tucson High vocational building renovation of the second and third floor east wing, which will add an additional 12 classrooms to the site for added instructional space, as well as some paving projects that are going along at Tolson, as well as a few others. We do have, in addition, drainage work that is really finishing up at Carrillo Elementary or K8, where revised some drainage and grading throughout the site to improve the water so that we don't get puddles and drainage issues and flooding that has constantly been at that site. So there's a lot of projects that are ongoing right now. Thank you again for your consistent support. We're very fortunate to make these much needed infrastructure improvements throughout the district.
Are there any other questions? Any other questions? We are super excited about having the opportunity to provide these well needed improvements throughout the district. And we're constantly prioritizing and making sure that we're focusing on what's most important, and that we're providing great quality services to all of our students and families. So we'll take a couple more minutes if you have any other questions. We do have an evaluation that we would like for you to take. We are super excited that you have, spent some of your time with us today. One of the things that we did do is make the town hall a little bit shorter. So we know that people have a lot of competing priorities, but we always want to be able to, share what we're doing and share what the bond is doing. I don't see any other questions. So Kim, if you could go ahead and bring up the next slide, and I will get the evaluation posted into the chat. Okay. So we do have some key dates. We have the Bond Oversight Committee the third Thursday of every month. And so that is where we present to the Bond Oversight Committee the recommendations for the projects and the priorities, and get their input, which they represent you, represents the community. And then we also will have on the 28th the bond annual report to the governing board. So we are really, really excited about that. Those are some of the key dates. All right. And we really, give me 1 second and we will make sure that we put the evaluation. It's important to us to know your thoughts and to know what your feelings are as far as these particular meetings. If this is not a good time, we want to know that. We want to make sure that we're providing you guys the information that you find that's important and doing it at the days and times that works for you. So in the chat, I am placing a link for the evaluation. And if you could click on the link, hopefully you guys can see under the chat a link. If you could click the link, it has a quick evaluation. It won't take long. It won't take long. Just so we can know better how to present information to you. We are super proud of the Bond Oversight Committee, which is a group of citizens, 13, and then the governing board, and then all of our teams. I mean, it takes everybody working together to be able to do these projects. It takes us, collaborating, being transparent, and being, accountable to one another. So if there are any other questions, if there are not, and I don't think I see any, if you would take a moment to click on the form that's in the chat and to provide an evaluation, we would really appreciate it. Juve or Ricky, did you have anything you wanted to say? Okay. Well, I would say the one thing that we always say, progress is promised, your bond dollars at work. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of the projects and being a part of us collaborating together and communicating together. If you have any ideas or anything you would like to see differently, please let us know and fill out your survey. We appreciate you, and until the next time, be safe and have a good evening. Thank you.